A wrist strap is a great investment of a small amount of time. You may think they're there just for practical reasons, but they're not. They actually give a fantastic style element to your bags and wallets. We're going to cut a 3 by 16 inch strip of fabric and a 1.5 by a 16 inch piece of interfacing. So we're going to bring our cut pieces to the ironing board and we're going to fold the outer in half along its length and press that in place. I'm going to get a nice sharp crease along that middle line. Use a bit of steam if you want to. Open it out and take your interfacing and put that up directly onto your crease line and press in place. Now we want to hide those raw edges completely, so fold in the outside edges to the crease in the centre and press. A little bit of steam along the way. So we'll fold the second side into the centre and press in place. A little bit of steam on there. And then to hide those raw edges, we are now going to fold it along that centre line again, completely encasing any raw edges. And at this point, we're going to add our lobster clasp. And we're going to thread that onto our wrist strap. So we're going to complete the loop of the wrist strap, bring the two short edges together and open them out. So unfold all sides and lay it down. Match the short edges and let's put a pin in there just to hold it in place. And then we're going to stitch across and make a seam at our seam allowance of 3/8 of an inch right the way across there. Because this is quilting weight cotton I'm going to have a size 14 sewing needle in there and my stitch length is 2.6. So we'll back stitch at beginning and end and whiz our way across there, removing the pins as you get to them. Back stitch at the end again. And we're going to open that and trim the seam back to half its size, just to reduce bulk. And then press the seam open, just finger press it, we'll not take it back to the ironing board, and then fold everything back into place, just how it was. Just put a quick pin into where you've folded it over, everywhere else should stay in place, all right. And then we're going to stitch, we're going to top stitch our way along both sides. So let's remove this so we can get at the free arm of the machine. So we're going to stitch this about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, all the way around on both sides. We don't need to back stitch because it's not supporting anything and we're going to go over the edge when we reach right around the other side. So just carry on along. You can use your fingernail really as a guide to keep it at the same width all the way along. We're going to secure this clasp into place, so pull it round to where your seam line is and you'll find it just kind of creases in half just above that on one side, and that's where we want it to go. So I'm going to sew a seam line about 1 inch from the edge of your clasp. So we're going to back stitch beginning and end because it is a point of stress. So all we have to do now is attach it to the hole in the zip puller of our bag or clutch wallet. So if the hole on your zip puller is a little too small, all you need to do is attach a split ring through the hole in your zip puller and then the clasp onto that. And voila! A beautiful strap to hug our wrist and to hold our personal items with style.